Hello, my dear scholars, literary scholars. A warm welcome to my tutorial video on concept of literary criticism. My dear listeners, first of all praises to the Almighty who has provided me with this unique platform to share my views on concept of literary criticism. So I hope this tutorial video would be very beneficial in many terms. This is Dr. H.M. Arif Nadvi, Head Department of Languages, Integral University, Lucknow. First of all, we must know the objectives of learning, specifically about this subject. This is very important and significant in many respects. The objective of learning is multi-dimensional, but I am focusing the objectives, keeping the concepts, keeping the targets, keeping the new horizons of modern literary trends. So, keeping the objectives of learning in the mind, I have tried to present this brief survey of literary criticism, and certainly the students will make a conceptual judgment of a literary write-up. Number 2, they will be familiar to literary devices implied in various forms of literature. Next, the student will be benefited by perceiving form and life of seemingly unrelated fragments. The study under discussion will accustom the reader's perception to new tunes and enlarge their experiences by reading the grade of the time. So, introduction. Literary criticism revolves around the close study and analysis of a specific text. It is considered a delicate assessment of the experience. It leads to as nearly as possible to the perfect reading involving reader response theory in the process. Certainly, it will help the readership to assert that art basically is a highly personalized form. The readership is required to grant a dimension of objectivity to it. It is bound to influence a reader's life, his thoughts, and his creations to certain situations. The reader is naturally stimulated to ask questions about the ethical implications of human actions. Now, coming to very important point, and that is where this word has been derived from. So in terms of derivations, the word criticism is originated from the Greek word kritikos, meaning ability to determine and evaluate. And in terms of history, the earliest discourse of theoretical criticism, Poetics by Aristotle, and the most influential theorists of criticism in the history are some of them: Longinus, Beo, Horace. Now, in terms of definition of literary criticism, it can be defined as analytical method to criticize a literary piece or close reading of a specific text, emphasizing and responding to the features and characteristics of the words on the page. And there are two types in terms of kinds. There are two types. Number one, impressionistic criticism, and it represents the explored ideas in the passage by expressing the responses that the literary work suggests for readership. Number two, judicial criticism, and it is ability to give some intelligible version. And next, I am talking about the analytical approach to literary criticism. This is a very sensitive task. The close study of a particular text has no resemblance with syntactical or morphological structure. It is definitely that of a delicate acumen and assessment of the experience in and behind the words that are being analyzed. To quote F.R. Lewis, he says, analysis is the process by which we speak to attain a complete reading of the poem. Now, we can come to this very important point, that critical analysis is a constructive or creative process done with patience after rigorous study of the subject. It is a more deliberate in nature to go through the process of creation in response to the people's work. It is fact that the analyst helps the readership to pursue form and life in what perhaps at first appeared to be a heap of unrelated fragments. Now, coming to the essential components of literary criticism, the reader must give evidence of understanding, evaluation, and discernment of the passage. This only takes place when he or she actually take delight in the literary piece. In the words of Norman Callan, the three major virtues of a critic are: number one, the range of his information, her information, the variety of his or her methods, and the emphasis of his or her personality. For him, for her, however, objective and analysis of a work of art is going to be, it cannot and perhaps should not escape the personality of the critic. Ways and approaches to exercise is a very important aspect. In a piece of practical criticism or literary criticism, the critic should not analyze the given passage in the light of his or her preconceived literary theories and prejudices. He or she should judge the literary piece on his or her own merit. A literary or practical critic should be familiar with the proper critical personality, but it should be wary to use the jargon of criticism, such as awareness, sensibility, consciousness, subtle, significance, realization, thoughtlessly. Significance of literary criticism. The importance of practical criticism is an essential part of the examination, has been recognized today. Close scrutiny of literary pieces has been a normal part of many universities' courses. Questions such as analyze the technique and meaning of the following poem are set in university examinations. Much importance has been attached to practical criticism because it is a training in enjoyment. It awakens proper aesthetic response in a student and enables him or her to make impersonal judgments of literary pieces he or she has never seen before. Approaches to poetry from critical point of view. In practical criticism, an analyst requires to approach poetry in the following perspectives. It appeals to the imagination and gives us delight if it is recognized in a required parameter. It sharpens appreciation of nature and intensifies pleasure of common experience and human sympathy and universal human response. The poet communicates attitudes, feelings, and interpretations and ideas. It appeals to man's aesthetic sense, his awareness of beauty. As T.S. Eliot defines, poetry is not the expression of personality, but an escape from personality. The poet has not personality to express, but a practical medium, which is only a medium and not a personality, in which impressions and experiences combine in peculiar and unexpected ways. There are some important questions which a reader should consider while doing an experience, while doing an experiment or an exercise in literary criticism. These are as follows. These are the questions. You can see what is the effect of the understanding of the lines, How does the poet use rhyme and rhythm? Is an established form being implied, such as the sonnet or black verse? What types of images are being implied and how are they arranged? How are the ideas developed? What is the poet's tone of voice? How the words build up that complex impression we received on first reading of the poem? What has been achieved is very important. And now these are suggestive readings. You might like to refer to the following study materials for more information. Okay. Thanks for watching us. Thanks you very much. Hello, my dear